Hello, I'm Bernard Keavy. Now, what I have here is called a break-even chart. And the way it works is if you work out your fixed costs and your variable costs and add them together, that gives you this blue line called your total cost. And then if you work out what your revenue looks like, which is the red line, what happens is initially you'll be making a loss, but when you sell enough items or units of service or whatever it is you do, eventually your revenue exceeds your costs and you start to make a profit. Obviously, I should have put money and quantity along here, but I think it's fairly obvious what it's showing. Now, once you understand that, you can actually work out how much you need to sell to break even. So the way it works, if your price was 100 per unit and you were selling 1,000, and so that would mean your revenue is 100,000. If your variable cost for everything you sell is £60 or dollars a unit, then you'd be able to work out that if you knew your fixed costs were 20,000, you'd have to sell 500 things where you're making a mini profit, if you like, of 40 on each in order to cover your fixed costs. So your break-even point's 500. And in this instance here, your profit is actually 20,000 because your fixed costs are 20,000. Your revenue is 100,000 and you're making 40,000 profit on what you sell, but you're taking 20,000 fixed costs off. So you're making a profit of 20,000. Now, once you know that information, if you could work out how to charge 10% more on average by various strategies, about 20 or 30 different ways of doing this, as alongside putting your prices up. So if you could get maybe 10 per unit more on everything you sell, and you could also increase your sales volume by 10%. And again, there's probably 20 or 30 different ways of doing that, all of which would work for most businesses. You would actually get your revenue up to 121,000. Now, your costs haven't changed. So your variable cost per unit is still 60. Your fixed costs are still 20,000. But now what happens is your break-even point is going to be lower. It'll be 20% lower. So you'll be making more profit on everything you sell, and you'll have a higher volume, if you like, above your break-even point. And your profit now comes to 35,000 instead of 20,000. So once you understand these figures, you can see that the effect of having two small 10% increases in two key variables is almost enough. I mean, that's almost doubling your bottom line. And to be honest, you'd be able to double that quite simply by just going slightly more than the 10%. So understanding your numbers and then making small increases to some of those key numbers can have a huge impact on your profit. And that's the way it works. And that's why being able to work out your break-even point and then work out what the effect of small changes would be could be huge for you and your business. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much for watching.